What's up, guys? I just got out of seeing Joyride. Like I said, this has been a pretty good year for comedy. I'm glad that Hollywood has finally figured out how to make a fucking comedy movie again. Earlier this year, we had No Hard Feelings and we had The Blackening as our two major comedy releases. There were the others, but I feel like those two have been the best so far this year. This Joyride joined my upper echelon of comedy movies from the last few years. I got Game Night. I'm gonna count Bodies, even though it's technically a satire type horror movie. I'm still gonna count it. The No Hard Feelings and The Blackening. Those are the upper echelon of comedy movies right now in the last 10 years when it comes to comedy in Hollywood. This Joyride joined that list. Yes, this movie is very raunchy. A lot of sex jokes. They aren't fucking hiding from it at all. I saw a lot of people. I was looking through the audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I wanted to watch the movie with my family. Like, first of all, I wanted to watch the movie with my family. I wanted to watch this movie with my kids. Like, first of all, this is an R-rated movie. When you see that R rating, know that you probably shouldn't be watching this movie with your child. Like, they're gonna be going off the wall. Like, so when you see that R rating, you should just know they're gonna be going off the wall, and they went off the wall. All these girls were amazing. The beginning has this great joke when they're introducing us to the characters. It's this great joke, and then I think that like the first 10 to 15 minutes after the introduction, that big great joke at the beginning, I feel like it's a slow start. Like, once we meet Stephanie Hsu's character in on her set, I feel like that's when it really gets going. I feel like everything in that after the big joke, everything in that 10 to 15 minutes, the first 10 to 15 minutes is very hit or miss. And comedy movies, they have hit or miss jokes. But I feel like after that 10 to 15 minutes, and once we got together with the whole gang, the movie got a lot more consistent. I feel like the jokes started hitting way more for me. Like a great comedy movie should have. It has a great balance of comedy and emotional beats. The emotional beats are great. Usually when a comedy has something that when a character has something in a comedy that they were supposed to do, a reason, like you're going on a road trip. Sometimes in comedies, even the older ones, there will always be oh, well, how are we going to do this? How are we going to get to that? How are we going to accomplish your goal? And towards the end of the movie, somehow, some way, that goal gets accomplished. They didn't do that in this movie, and they didn't do that in this movie, and I really appreciate it. Like, it's like when shit went wrong. And yes, they would get back on track for the moment, but they would get back on track and get back off track. Get back on track, get back off track, and they were off track. I love that. It was so refreshing. Because usually in comedy movies, some way, somehow, shit always works out. Shit worked out, but it worked out in a human way, a realistic way. There were consequences, for the most part, to what they did. It had a very human ending to it, in my opinion. A very realistic human ending. Like I said, all the girls were funny together. Like I said, this is very raunchy. Very, very raunchy. They are not taking it easy on their sex jokes. If you're someone that doesn't like all sex jokes, like constant sex jokes, then it might not be for you. They do make I saw some people say, oh, they make a lot of jokes about white people, stereotypical jokes. They were just more so, when they made those jokes, they were more so making fun of their friend who you'll see why they make fun of her friend and use the white jokes. I don't think they're making fun of white people per se. They're just making stereotypical jokes, which is a comedy movie. You're going to get those in a comedy movie, you know? So overall, if I had to break it down, this is an extremely funny, emotional, raunchy comedy movie. I would give it a 8 out of 10. Like I said, the first 10 to 15 minutes is hit or miss. And once we get past that and get again together, it becomes way less hit or miss. And it becomes way more consistent in jokes hitting, in my opinion. So Joyride, 8 out of 10. It joins my upper echelon of the last couple years when it comes to comedy in Hollywood. It joins the upper echelon of Game Night, The Blackening, No Hard Feelings, and Bodies. So yeah, Joyride, 8 out of 10. Peace.